welcome to Believers IAS Academy. We have been doing a comprehensive revision program in our YouTube channel. If you have not watched these previous videos done by Mr. Ash, please go and watch those videos. So we have been doing a series about how to score 110 plus marks in our YouTube channel. So in those videos, we have analyzed multiple question papers and many topics has been highlighted which might pop up in the upcoming prelims examination. And as you are all aware that prelims examination is very much near. It's happening on 10th of October and we have very less number of days. In this video brought to you by Believers IAS Academy, we'll be looking at some of the important science and technology topics. Science and technology is very important because every year there has been around 15 questions which surface on these question papers, and certain topics like space technology or defense or something related to health, because we are in the middle of a pandemic. Like, these topics are very important. So we'll run through some of the topics and highlight which are important and where you should read, where you should focus. All right, so let's get started. First of all, Ruthenium-106. So Baba Atomic Research Center has come up with a new cancer therapy in the form of the first indigenous Ruthenium-106 plague for treatment of ocular tumor. So ocular tumor are tumors that occur inside your eye. So in order to treat that by using Ruthenium-106, which is again adopted from ruthenium, which is a platinum group metal similar to platinum. So this can be taken from uranium-235. Ruthenium-106 is produced from the fission of splitting of uranium-235, the type of uranium used in nuclear fission reactors. So it's found in spent nuclear fuel. So the fuel that has been already used in nuclear reactors, so which is what is left out of it. So from that this can be taken. And this has other application too. It is even used in thermoelectric generators that power satellite, and also in cancer radiation therapy, especially for eye and skin tumors. So these points you have to keep in mind. Then what is Baba Atomic Research Center? So it is a chief nuclear research facility founded in 1954, headquartered in Mumbai. So basically it looks at all the peaceful application of nuclear technology, peaceful application of nuclear energy. Primarily it focuses on energy generation, power generation. So remember that it's not related to weaponization of nuclear technology. Okay. And it manages all facets of nuclear power generation, from the theoretical designs of reactors to computerized modeling, simulation, like that, research in different areas, mainly focusing on power generation and also in medical field and also in industry, like that. And they manages all these multiple reactors in the country. Second topic is Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomic Consortia. So this is a database which has been generated, which is going to contain all those information about different variants of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So the Indian government has recently launched the Indian SARS-CoV-2 Genomic Consortia, and it aims to monitor the genomic variations in the SARS-CoV-2 on a regular basis through a multi-laboratory network. And by having this database, we'll be able to conduct better research, come up with, this will help in creating new better vaccines, and also in it will help the governments to formulate proper health policies in order to resist the pandemic. So it will also establish a sentinel surveillance for early detection of genomic variations with public health implications, and to determine genomic variants in unusual events. Like, there are certain super spreader events that occur. So in that case, we'll be able to take quick decisions by having access to such a database, and such research. With this database, better research can be done. So better information, better informed decisions we can make. That's it. The third topic is about Covishield and Covaxin. So this is very popular. We have all been taking vaccines, and do not confuse. Covishield is a UK-based vaccine. It is being made by Oxford University by collaborating with AstraZeneca, and Covaxin is an Indian vaccine, indigenously made Indian vaccine, which is done by Bharat Biotech and in cooperation with the Indian Council of Medical Research and National Institute of Virology. Okay, do not confuse. And there are other vaccines too which are important. So go through all these vaccines that are there right now, which has got sanction from the Drug Controller General of India. So you have to go through those vaccines. Recently, India has also come up with the world's first DNA-based vaccine. So we'll go through it in the upcoming slides. And apart from that, Sputnik 5 is there, Sputnik Light is there, and many vaccines are upcoming. So just go through it and understand certain features, certain key aspects of these vaccines, and also look at the kind of the way in which they have been produced. For example, the Covishield, it uses a replication of deficient chimpanzee viral vector based on a weakened version of a common cold virus. So like that, you have to know what's the method used. In Covaxin, an inactivated vaccine which is developed by inactivating or killing the live microorganism that cause the disease. So by putting inside the human body a dead virus and making the immune system, training the immune system to create an immune response, so that when the virus is entering the body through when the pandemic is going on, we'll be able to resist the virus. So this is the background. This is how Covaxin has been designed. So you need to know the background. You need to know the scientific terms that that surface on the news. So keep that in mind. Go through it. So these topics are important. Then IT and communication is a very important topic. One or two questions normally comes up, and the obvious news. I mean, this has a huge probability of being asked in the coming paper. 5G technology, because that it has been on the news for a while, related to, like, it's been up for a long time. If you have been following news, you know that about the Huawei news, where Chinese company Huawei was preparing to launch 5G technology in many countries, including India, and many countries resisted it because they were of the opinion that the 5G technology that they are going to introduce, the Huawei, has a backdoor to Chinese intelligence. So in that case, it has been on the news. And otherwise, very recently, Juhi Chawla has been fighting in the court, saying that 5G technology has health implications. It will affect adversely the health of people. But it has been scrapped because there was no such solid evidence to back that argument. So that was scrapped. But anyway, you need to know about 5G technology. You need to read about it. So what is it? Basically, we know that 5G technology, it's about better speed, better connectivity. It will enable artificial intelligence. It will enable Internet of Things. So it is going to take the technology to next level, our communication technology to the next level. And one thing, there are three types of band in 5G. One is low band spectrum. It has shown great promise in terms of coverage and speed of internet and data exchange. However, the maximum speed is limited to 100 MB per second. So it means when there is a low band spectrum, the speed is going to reduce. When there is a medium spectrum, the speed will increase, but the coverage will be less. And when it comes to high band spectrum, again the speed is going to increase a lot more, but again the coverage is going to be very less. Okay. Next topic is Stardust 1.0. So this is a space rocket. So it has been launched from the United States of America. The importance is that what makes it stand out is that it's the first commercial space launch powered by biofuel. So know about Stardust, read about biofuel. These things are important. Stardust 1.0 is a launch vehicle suited for students and budget payloads. So for those people, for layman, to have access to space technology, because for those students or startups, without a huge budget, to have access to space technology and to grow their business, to grow their research, Stardust kind of programs is going to help them very much. And the rocket is manufactured by Blue Shift, an aerospace company based in Maine in US, that is developing rockets that are powered by bio-derived fuels. Okay, all this data, it's not that important. How much payload it can take, what's the weight of it, all those things are not that important. But just know what it is about. And then about biofuel. So biofuel is any hydrocarbon fuel that is produced from an organic matter, that is living or once living material. But that doesn't mean it is not going to include crude oil because it's been a long time since it has been underground. But this is produced from an organic matter in a short period of time, which has been dead for a short period of time, like in days, weeks, or even months, a few months. So this is the this is how it is defined. This is the difference between biofuel. So biofuels may be solid, liquid, or gaseous in nature. When it comes to solid, it can be wood, dried plant material, and manure. Liquid, bioethanol and biodiesel. Gaseous, biogas. So bioethanol, we have been it has been in the news for a while. Ethanol blending in petrol, ethanol blending in diesel. These things have been in the news. So read about it and know the classification. What biodiesel means, what ethanol means. So these classifications you need to read about. You need to be clear about it. So I'm going to attach the PPT with this video. Below this video, the link will be given. So go through it. Have a proper reading. Research about it. Search in Google. Search in our current affair material and get to know about it. Then you have square kilometer array. Yeah. So recently the Square Kilometer Array Observatory Council held its maiden meeting and approved the establishment of the world's largest radio telescope. So you need to know what a radio telescope is. What is the difference between a radio telescope and a So you need to know the difference between a radio telescope and an optical telescope. So there are certain limitations for optical telescope. It won't be able to identify everything when there is some sort of cosmic, interventions. Cosmic dust is going to be there. It is not going to detect everything properly. But radio telescope has the ability to detect beyond that. So you need to be clear about that and know that SKAO, that is Square Kilometer Array or Observatory. So it is a new intergovernmental organization which is going to be headquartered in UK, and know that among these 10 members, India is also a member. It includes Australia, Canada, China, India, Italy, New Zealand, South Africa, Sweden, Netherlands and the UK. And this telescope is going to be placed in both Africa and Australia. So yes, know the difference between radio telescope and the optical telescopes. Radio telescope can detect invisible gas and therefore they can reveal areas of space that may be obscured by cosmic dust. The Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico. So this has also been in news because this was the one among the largest, second largest single dish radio telescope in the world, but it has been destroyed recently. Okay, and the telescope was built. That telescope was built in 1963, and the SKAO one that we are going to have, that is proposed to be the largest radio telescope in the world, and it will be located in Africa and Australia. And the operation, maintenance, construction, everything was going to be taken care by the SKAO. Remember, 10 members are there. India is a member. And the completion is expected to take nearly a decade of a cost of over 1 point. Okay, these kind of data are not important. So we need to know about the Indian Astronomical Observatory too. So what do we have? Our country has. So the Indian Astronomical Observatory is one of the world's highest located sites for optical, infrared and gamma ray telescope, and it is located in Ladakh. It is located in Hanley near Leh in Ladakh, India. It is operated by the Indian Institute of Astrophysics, Bangalore. Next topic is, well, it is a very bit difficult to read this, Pasteurella multocida. This is what I make out of it. And recently the death of 6 elephants at Karlapad Wildlife Sanctuary in Kalahandi due to bacterium has raised concern among the environmental experts. So this is the name of a bacteria. This usually occurs in cattle, but when the animal is stressed, it might even go to the bloodstream and cause fatal. It might be fatal to the animals. Now this happens usually when the animal has low immunity or is unhealthy, and know that this is a zoonotic disease, which means a zoonotic infection. Zoonotic infection means it can be transferred from animals to humans or from humans to animals. So this can occur. So it is a matter of concern. Okay. The next one is R21 Matrix M. What is this? This is a vaccine that has been recently created against malaria. A malaria vaccine candidate has shown promise in phase 2B clinical trials with high efficiency at 77%. The previous vaccine that we had for malaria was RTSS. So this R21 matrix M is a modified version of RTSS. It's the previous version, is a vaccine candidate against malaria that has been in development for more than 30 years. Now it is being developed by Walter Reed Institute of Research, GlaxoSmithKline and Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation with the Path Malaria Vaccine Initiative. So these parties together have made the efforts to come up with this vaccine, and it is showing a good efficacy, higher efficacy than before of 77%. So it is designed to stop the Plasmodium falciparum malaria parasite. So keep this terms in your mind a little bit, and it will prevent it from entering the liver and prevent the subsequent deadly blood changes. So that's how the vaccine is going to help the patients. So it targets the liver stage protein of the Plasmodium falciparum life cycle, and yeah, that's it. So the new vaccine candidate called, it's a modified version of RTSS. It has been developed by scientists of University of Oxford. Remember, it has been developed by scientists of University of Oxford, which is the same team that has come up with, not the same team, the same area, the University of Oxford, which has come up with the Covishield vaccine, right? And the same location where the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine was developed. Okay. The next one is DB Jaguar. So the Department of Technologies, National Institute of Biomedical Genomics, which is located in Kalyani, which is a place in West Bengal, has created world's first database of genomic variants of oral cancer. So oral cancer is very much popular among people who have been using tobacco for chewing. So there are multiple genomic variants of it. So the data of this will be stored in this database called DB Genwalk. Okay, and it has a built-in powerful search engine, which means it will be available for the doctors for the researchers to search easily and have better access to the data so that their research can be empowered even better. So it contains somatic and so what is DB Genwalk? It contains somatic and germline variants derived from whole exome sequences of oral cancer patients and also whole genome sequences of patients from India, the USA, and analyzed by TCGA HNSCC project. But keep in your mind, what is somatic and germline variants? So somatic, if you talk about somatic, go back to the basics of science. Somatic cell. A somatic cell is any cell of the body except sperm and egg cells. So germline cells are the sex cells, eggs and sperm cells. Okay. So mutation in somatic cell can affect the individual, but they are not passed to the offspring. So most of the mutations that happens is in somatic cell, but certain mutations happens in germline cells too, but that can be transferred from the parents to the offspring. And also remember that the NIBMG, that is the National Institute of Biomedical Genomics, comes under the Department of Biotechnology, which is under the Ministry of Science. Okay. So next topic, Pegasus spyware. Pegasus spyware has been in the news for a while now. So it has been alleged. Remember, use the term alleged. Don't say that our government has been using it to spy on the opposition people and influential people. Do not say that. You might get, you don't want to have defamation charged upon you. So use the term alleged. So recently it has been alleged that Pegasus, the malicious software, has allegedly been used to secretly monitor and spy on an extensive host of public figures in India. So search, what is a spyware? What is a spyware and what is Pegasus? So why is Pegasus so much deadly? I mean, deadly in the sense of how it is more advanced. Okay. So Pegasus is a spyware. Spyware, what a spyware does is that when you click on a link or something, a spyware gets infected in your phone. It gets into your phone. So it is going to have access to all of your data in the phone, and it can take this data and send it to the person who have created this spyware. So this is what spyware is. But initially, spywares used to have this links. I mean, they use spear phishing methods. Spear phishing methods means they'll send you text, links or messages into your phone, or in website it might be hidden somewhere. The links will be there. You touch on that, it gets installed to your phone. This is what happens on installed to your phone or your computer or wherever. This is what happens. But Pegasus, created by NSO Group is an Israeli cyber security firm founded in 2010. Remember, its origin is in Israel, and we know that Israel's intelligence agency, Mossad, its special forces are so damn good, and that's why obviously their product is also very good, and it has advanced to a level where you do not require any spear phishing methods. They can have zero-click attacks, which means whether you click on a link or whether you open a text message or not, if the Pegasus spyware wants to enter your phone, if the owners, those who are controlling this wants it to be in your phone, they can do it. They can send it through anyway. Your permission is not required. Your sanction is not required for it to be inside your phone. So, and Pegasus software, Pegasus spyware can access your camera, can access your microphone, it can listen to what you're saying, it can turn on your camera and see where you are. So everything in your phone is accessible to the people who are controlling this. Okay. So the allegation is that it has been used, instead of being not only being used by our security forces, it has been, or our intelligence agencies, it has been also used by the government to spy on influential people, on their opposition, or whoever who stands against them. So this is what the allegation is, and the case is going on. Zero-click attack, I have explained to you. So anyway, go through these terms. What is a spyware? What is a malware? What's the difference? All these things you have to search, you have to research and get to know. Next one, CyCoV-D vaccine. So this is the vaccine I have been talking about before. So this is, recently the Drug Controller General has granted emergency approval for the CyCoV-D, making it the first vaccine in India that can be administered to adults. Remember, it can be given to adults and also children who are 12 and above, whose age is 12 and above. And it's the first DNA-based vaccine too. It's a DNA plasmid-based COVID-19 vaccine developed by Psycho-Cadila Group in partnership with the Department of Biotechnology under the mission COVID Suraksha. So search what is DNA-based vaccine, what is plasmid, all these things you have to research, you have to know these scientific terms, biological terms. It's the world's first and India's indigenously developed DNA-based vaccine for COVID-19. The vaccine is an intradermal vaccine, which means it is applied using a needle-free injector. So a needle-free injector can be used, and the vaccine is to be administered in humans including children, adults 12 years and above. Unlike other COVID-19 vaccine which are given in 2 doses, CyCoV-D will be given in 3 doses. Usually other vaccines, the Covaxin, the Covishield, all these vaccines are given in 2 doses, but the CyCoV-D is going to be given in 3 doses. And remember that the Sputnik Light, which is the new version, that is going to be given in single dose. So remember, go through this, which are the vaccines, how many doses, what is the, how it is created, what technique has been used, and try to keep in mind these biological terms. CyCoV-D is a DNA plasmid based COVID-19 vaccine developed by, this has already been explained. So the next topic, RT-LAMP technology. So this is about COVID testing. The method that we have been using is RT-PCR most of the time, right? The RT-PCR test is the most used one right now, but an advanced version is coming, which is RT-LAMP technology. So RT-PCR has some disadvantages. For example, it takes a lot of time, 10 hours to get the result, and its and its accuracy is not really that good. There are chances that the test might show wrong results. 95% accuracy is there. So this is going to make it better. So the Indian Council of Medical Research has recently validated the LAMP technology for COVID-19 testing. And it stands for reverse transcription loop mediated isothermal amplification, which produces a high DNA yield. This method can produce results in significantly less time compared to the RT-PCR test. Within less time it can provide the result, which will increase the throughput of labs in India. It is named Lume Screen and Co. But it also has certain shortcomings. So the test requires complex and costly equipment. It requires extensive training for potential users. So these are the shortcomings of this technology, and it is superior to the PCR, RT-PCR technology based COVID-19 kits, where specificity is around 95% only. So it will be more than that, and also turnaround time is about 10 hours, so that the result will be available only by the next day. When it comes to RT-PCR, LAMP does not take that much of time. So in every way this technology is better, but it is costly and it requires training of the health workers. The next one, IoT Network. Search about Internet of Things. What is Internet of Things? So one example would be Alexa. So when you connect different things that is around you, when you are able to control your environment through internet. For example, Alexa, you tell Alexa to play music, it plays music. You tell Alexa to turn on the light when you connect it with your appliances in the houses, or turn on your TV, or do a Google search, call someone. So these kind of activities you are able to do by connecting different devices through internet. So that is an example of Internet of Things. And to enable Internet of Things, you require high-speed data, 5G kind of technology. So Skylotech India has partnered with BSNL to launch a satellite-based narrowband IoT network in India. Remember, it's satellite-based. Okay. And this new made in India solution, which is indigenously developed by Skylo, will connect with BSNL's satellite ground infrastructure and provide pan-India coverage, including Indian seas. The coverage will be so vast that it will not leave any dark patch within the boundary of India. Now, this kind of service has been used before by Indian Railways and shipping vessels and all these things, using satellite phones. So that kind of coverage we are going to get here. It's the world's first satellite-based NB-IoT network. And this new technology supports the Department of Telecom and NITI Aayog plan of bringing indigenous IoT connectivity to India's core sectors. So as I said, examples are tested in Indian Railway, fishing vessels, and enabling connected vehicles across India. So search about IoT. What is IoT? Network of physical objects, things that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with other devices and system over the internet, through the internet. So that is IoT. The last topic that I have selected for this video is the Gillenbarre Syndrome. So it is a rare complication some patients infected with COVID-19 have been found suffering from. So it's an after effect of COVID. It's very rare. Just like if things go wrong, we have seen in news topics like black fungus, white fungus, and all, right? So just like that, it's a different one. So Gillenbarre Syndrome in India, such cases have been reported since August. So what is it? It's a very rare autoimmune disorder in which the patient's immune system attacks the nerves. Okay, so this is what Gillenbarre Syndrome is about. And the exact cause of Gillenbarre Syndrome is not known. But as per the WHO, GBS is often preceded by an infection. This could be a bacterial or viral infection. It may also be triggered by vaccine administration or surgery. So there are other symptoms and complications and all these things given about it. But do not dwell too much into that. Do not require too much technical knowledge, but you know what this disease is and how it is going to affect. And since COVID-19 has been going on, we are in the middle of a pandemic. The health sector, science related to vaccine, virus, all these things becomes very important. So whenever you see anything in news, while revising, when you are going through it, make thorough, do research, and see that you have a basic idea about all these things and you keep all this information in your mind. Okay. So that's all about it. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and more videos are coming before prelims examination is going to start. So go through those videos, revise very well, and do this exam, attend this exam properly. So you can follow us on Telegram. We are present in YouTube. We are on Facebook, Instagram. You follow us on social media. We'll be giving a lot of free updates, infographics, videos, current affair analysis, editorial analysis, quiz, daily mains answer writing practice. All these things are provided for free in our website and also in our Telegram channel, YouTube. You can follow us anywhere, and do visit our website to see the kind of coaching that we are providing. And any query about UPSC Civil Services exam or any other UPSC exam like Central Armed Police Force, or even the Indian Forest Service. Any queries you have, you can always call upon us and ask. We'll be happy to help you. So all the best for the upcoming exam. Thank you.